Now it's my pleasure to introduce Russia's ambassador to India, Denis Alipov. He's the senior most serving Indian expert in the Russian Foreign Service. He's also one of the few ambassadors who speak fluent Hindi. In fact, better than some of our own native speakers. And he loves to call India his Karm Bhumi, like his mentor, the legendary Alexander Katakin. So I can go on and on, but Excellency, in your remarks, you may like to address just two questions. One is Russia has been in the forefront of pushing BRICS pay, or what we call de-dollarization and related concept, part of the larger project of reforming global financial architecture. And briefly, if you can touch upon what role can BRICS play in resolving Iran-Israel conflict. Aapka swagat hai.
Honorable Secretary Damorabiji, Excellencies, distinguished members of the audience, who are many, as I have noticed, I deeply appreciate and commend Manish and Kenneth for this timely opportunity on the eve of the upcoming Rio summit to reflect on the phenomenon of BRICS and its growing influence on the global agenda. Let me the liberty to briefly indulge in reminiscences too, and particularly pay my respect to Ambassador Ronensen, who I've known for 30 plus years, since early 90s, when so was India's ambassador to Russia, and I was junior secretary to the then Russian ambassador to India. My best regards to you, sir. A lot of water under the bridge since then. RIC, BRICS, and now we are approaching the 17th summit in Rio, and last year in Kazan at the 16th BRICS summit was achieved. It was a historic moment indeed, as it was the first meeting of leaders following the doubling of the group. BRICS is not a formal international organization, as you know, but rather an intergovernmental forum, and as such has demonstrated remarkable effectiveness in uniting leading countries across all continents to speak with one voice on three key pillars: political and security issues, economic and financial cooperation, and cultural and humanitarian exchanges. Today, BRICS represents more than 30 of the Earth's landmass, is home to 45% of the world's population, 30% of landmass and 45% of population, approximately 3.6 billion people, accounts for over 40% of global oil production, contributes nearly a quarter of global goods exports, and surpasses the combined GDP of the G7 and the EU in purchasing power parity terms. In recent years, BRICS has seen a surge in popularity, particularly across the global south. Its approach is based on continuity and consensus, offering a powerful contrast to the highly politicized Western-dominated institutions that often promote double standards, interfere in domestic affairs, and advance unilateral frameworks under the guise of the so-called rules-based order. In January 2025, 9 countries, namely Belarus, Bolivia, Cuba, Kazakhstan, Malaysia, Nigeria, Thailand, Uganda, and Uzbekistan joined BRICS as partner nations. This expansion marks a significant step in the institutional development of the group, broadening its geographical representation and opening new avenues for cooperation. To date, more than 30 additional countries have expressed interest in engaging with BRICS. In response to this growing demand, we continue to explore mechanisms of cooperation through the BRICS outreach and BRICS Plus formats, often involving partners from ASEAN, the African Union, CARICOM, the SCO, IRI, and the Arab League. What truly unites us is our shared commitment to the central role of the United Nations, the principles of its charter, and international law as the foundation for a just and equitable multipolar world. As new centers of power emerge and the need to reform global governance becomes even more urgent, promoting sustainable solutions and creating favorable conditions for progressive development. This part remains even more important. Advancing socio-economic, technological, and human potential in line with national interests. The more challenging and unpredictable the global environment becomes, the more relevant BRICS becomes as a stabilizing force and a center of gravity for those seeking reliable, mutually beneficial cooperation grounded in respect of sovereignty and diversity. BRICS has also proven to be a trusted platform for dialogue and coordination on issues of global and regional importance, including within forums such as the UN, G20, and FATF. A strategic objective for BRICS is to strengthen economic self-sufficiency and develop robust financial frameworks capable of reshaping the global financial architecture. The new development bank is set to play a central role in this transformation and evolving into a leading financial institution supporting large-scale infrastructure, technological and sustainable development projects. The NDB is designed to empower BRICS nations to pursue their development goals independently, reducing external dependencies and reinforcing economic sovereignty. Additionally, the BRICS interbank cooperation mechanisms' emphasis on financing in local currencies is critical for economic resilience in the face of trade imbalances and market volatility. Success in these areas will not only benefit BRICS members, but also contribute to a more balanced and equitable global economic system. Building on recent efforts to strengthen value chains, counter protectionism, and expand e-commerce, BRICS continues to advocate for a transparent and efficient global trade environment. This was reflected in the BRICS joint statement on the WTO adopted last year. The establishment of the BRICS Center for Industrial Competence in partnership with the UNIDO marks a major step toward embracing the fourth industrial revolution. Initiatives such as the BRICS New Technological Platform foster cooperation in innovation and technology, laying the groundwork for sustainable and inclusive economic growth. Security cooperation remains a top priority, particularly in combating terrorism, drug trafficking, corruption, and cyber threat. In this context, we recognize India's leadership in establishing the BRICS anti-terrorism working group in 2016, which has since evolved into a dynamic network of practical collaboration. The BRICS Parliamentary Forum, which convened earlier this month, jointly condemned the terrorist attack in Pahalgam on April 22nd, a strong signal of our solidarity. We expect India's upcoming chairship in 2026 to further strengthen our practical cooperation in this crucial area. Russia fully supports Brazil's presidency and its emphasis on enhancing cooperation among Global South nations to promote more inclusive and sustained global governance. We commend the efforts to diversify financial mechanisms, expand the use of national currencies, and enhance the coordination and anticipation of COP30, which Brazil will host in November, with a focus on climate financing. Particularly noteworthy are the goals for ensuring inclusive dialogue on AI governance and equitable access to emerging technologies. There's also a strong demand for innovation in healthcare, particularly concerning rare tropical diseases, something that was mentioned already. And the strengthening of national healthcare systems. We welcome the roadmaps introduced on energy cooperation with focus on energy transition and on agriculture, targeting the eradication of hunger and poverty. In parallel, we continue active discussions on previously adopted initiatives, including the establishment of an investment platform under the NDP, a cross-border payment initiative, a BRICS reinsurance company, a grain exchange, and a working group on nuclear medicine. Across more than 80 sectoral tracks, BRICS is deeply engaged in promoting digitalization, cybersecurity, technological and industrial standardization, customs cooperation, tourism, emergency preparedness, labor mobility, MSME development, business incubators, women's empowerment, and much more. There is no doubt that Brazil's BRICS presidency in this year, with our shared support, will mark another milestone in the evolution of the group, serving as a clear evidence of the tectonic shifts underway in the global economic and geopolitical landscape. The BRICS phenomenon continues to gain momentum. It is very evident, offering a coherent and compelling vision for the future. By prioritizing multilateral cooperation, reforming global governance institutions, and advancing inclusive development, BRICS contributes meaningfully to the creation of a more just, more sustainable, and multipolar world order. While the challenges, the Israel-Iran conflict included, ahead are considerable, our collective potential forms a solid foundation to address the complexities of the 21st century and shape a future that benefits all nations. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Excellency, for sharing Russia's perspective. Russia was in the forefront of starting BRICS and is part of the larger foreign policy construct of a multipolar world, which we all share. And the way ahead, how it can solve the, some of the pressing issues of the time.